First things first. Oh, sorry. Okay, make sure I'm all together. So I'm gonna put some chapstick on. And for some reason, that's one of the things that lately I haven't been doing a pretty good job of. First thing I'm going to do is put on some moisturizer. This is Pond's Dry Skin Cream. My skin definitely needs it. I love this stuff so much. My skin loves it a lot. But I'm gonna keep this nice and sweet. So that's that. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Face Glue Primer because the way the weather has been, it's perfect. This is good for all skin types, and when I pair it with the Pond's cream, it's wonderful. And when I put this on, instant relief. It just has that refreshing feeling, especially when you know when your skin's been very dry and you put something on and it just feels so good because you needed it. I'm gonna get right on into these eyebrows. I've been using lash glue. Now I bought some brow gel from Glam. At first I did, that's a story, and it was, I didn't know that the top was off, so it just dried up on me. So I learned this eyebrow hack from a makeup artist on YouTube. It's been a game changer. It's going to brush that in. Now they say to do a reversal, like do this and then, but I never do it with the glue. I'm gonna go in with Wet n Wild's old eyeliner pencil. They have an eyebrow one too, but I never use it because this one was literally 99 cents. So I was like, I'm gonna take this one. This one is semi-brown now, and it's so pigmented that you gotta have a light hand with this. I love using pencils like this for my eyebrows. And just fill it in where it needs to be filled lightly. Trace my arch, because I have a thin arch at the end. I just go with a light hand as much as I can and draw the arch lightly, because this one, I always say this one is my problem brow. I use this for eyebrows, I use this for my eyes because it's eyeliner, and I use this for my lip liner, which I'm definitely going to be using later on. And then right here, just blend that out. I'm going to go in with Revolution Beauty's Conceal and Define. This is C14.5, and it's literally my foundation shade. When it comes to this type of look, I actually, need a brush. Gotta get in the habit of using a flat brush because it can be messy when you're just going in with the spoolie. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any content like this from me. I would say that you could set, your concealer when you're using it as your primer. I'm cleaning the bottom part of my eyebrows, of course, as it's just supposed to do. And I also use the concealer as my primer. And I sometimes set it with, powder. But lately I have been liking just not setting it. Just make sure you blend it out real good, really good, so there's nothing wet showing or anything. Nothing that could make a crease or, and it's hard for me to see it sometimes on the camera because, it's different when I'm using the mirror. But I make sure I have a mirror in hand when I do this. But lately, I've been practicing, so I just don't want to miss any parts. I usually miss it up here and I never see it. So if you see anything, it's because, I'm trying to see. I couldn't see see it or anything from the camera. If you don't have a concealer brush on hand, you can use something like this. If you don't have a concealer brush, use something like this. If you do have a concealer brush, you know, that's good. Good for you. Okay, so I made sure I blended it out really good, and we're gonna get right into the eyes. I always start with the eyes first nowadays because it makes the work a lot better. It's just so easy to work with. I'm gonna go in with a fluffy, you know, blending brush, and the palettes that I'm using is this one right here. I'm using this. It looks like this. I just recently bought it, and I'm also using the Color Fusion because the kind of green that I have that I want to use is in here. It's this green color right here because it's going to be a shimmery kind of look, and I love these two palettes. I got these from Amazon, and I was surprised about this one, but a lot of people, this is the one that Amazon says the most bought, so I can see why now. I wasn't used to the pans being small. It's been around for a while and everything, but I'm going to show you the colors that I'm going to use. We're working with, you know, some browns and everything because we're going for the crease side and stuff. And then again, I showed you the green for the Color Fusion that I'm going to use in the Color Fusion palette I'm going to use. So I'm going to go in with this orange and mix it with this. I have a habit of mixing my colors all the time, and sometimes they don't make sense, but you know, I just experiment and see what works for me. And I don't know, this one is good for me, so I'm going to just, this is a very big brush, so when you get a blending brush, sometimes blending brushes, they got big blending brush, they got little blending brush, they got a shorter blending, even smaller blending brush. You know, work with the size that, you know, goes according to your eye shape and everything. And this one is too big for me, but I'm gonna make it work because it literally goes into my lid. That's how big this brush is. I pat it in and everything. And this one is the Raffaello brushes. They're very thick. Like, they'll take a lot of pigment. If you use the usual amount that you usually do at first, it won't show or anything, so you gotta add more and everything to it just for it to show. And this orange is looking beautiful. So see how it don't make sense for me to mix the colors, but I just try to see, you know, what works. And, you know, just go in, pat it in, and everything. This is my transitional color. And I just start blending it out a bit. You can do circular, you can go back and forth. You can do small sections where you're going like this. You can go a full stride and everything. Whatever works. As long as it's blending and you don't have any harsh lines in your makeup. I will be leaving the products in the description, and especially that palette right there. This is a very good palette. It's $7 right now. It's usually a different price. I think it's like $11.99. I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention. I just saw $7.99 or $7.98 and just bought it. Also by looking at the reviews and everything. With a little bit smaller crease brush. My favorite brown to use. It's dark enough and it shows on my skin tone. It can be difficult when you're trying to figure out which brown works on your skin, especially when you're looking at the pictures online and everything and it don't look like your skin tone goes with it. This one is perfect. Gradually build it up, go a little at a time, and pat it in so that way you have the color, because sometimes I have a habit where I'll go in and I'll just start working it in, but then I'll be confused because I'm like, is it in? You know, is this enough color? Sometimes it'll look like it's washed out or something. So pat it in and pick, you know, put as much as you want, as dramatic that you want it to be. This is a soft glam look. So when it comes to soft glam look, you want it blended perfectly. Like, it's gotta look airbrushed. No harsh lines. Especially with deeper colors, You gotta make sure it's blended out so it don't look all blocky and chalky and muddy and everything. Now, you gotta bring the color back. You just need a little bit, just a little bit. And just use the transition to blend that color in even more to reinforce it, if that makes sense. You gotta get used to going in and bringing the color back, because most of the time when you're doing these eyeshadow looks and everything, you're gonna lose the original color. So you gotta go back in, blend it a little bit. And sometimes, most of the time, I don't even go back in with an extra color if I don't need to. I just use the excess of how much I put on the last one, and it's just fine. Using something like this, and we're gonna go in with that green color. Look at that, it's so beautiful. You can swipe if you want. You don't want candy corn on your face, on your eyeshadow look either. Want to make sure it's blended, no harsh lines in between. Going with that brown and blend it together. These are the lashes that I like to use. Most of the time, I like to just put on mascara and just be done with it. Because I like to use my lashes. I like to, I like my lashes. Okay, so the lashes are on. Makeup Revolution, and I'm gonna go with Glam. Glam's 12-hour like magic full coverage concealer. This stuff is good, and this one's in the shade Almond. This one's just gonna brighten everything. Glam's Sun Sculpt or Sunbeam. This is in the shade Earthy Sepia. Love this stuff. Now I need to blend out this concealer. I like to wait for it to sit. And this one, I mean, I would like for it to sit, but I'm not gonna wait for it to sit. I'm just gonna blend it out and everything. To use Revolution Beauty's baking powder, and they put a thing in there to make it easy to get some out. And I just get a little bit, and I use a damp sponge, pat it in, and I set my face. I love to set my face. And this is in the shade Banana D. I'm gonna go with the Glam Color Bloom Blush in the shade Risky Business. This is like a red, it's a red color, and it's so beautiful. And it's buildable. You can build it as much as you want. Sometimes one is enough, and sometimes I'll just go for two. Work it up the temple. I mean, two is enough, especially when it's on camera. I have to put another one on just for y'all to see it. But when I'm not in public, I will do one. When I'm not in the camera, go in with CoverGirl Clean Fresh in the shade Deep Font. It's like my finishing powder. I use it as a finishing powder. to use my hands, I do, but right now, that was Glam Snatch and Glow highlighter in the shade Tea Cakes. I like to use it with my fingers, but this time I wanted to use a brush, so it's good with a brush too, but it's very creamy. It's a cream highlighter stick. And lips. What I want to do with the lips, this color has been calling my name. This is Glam's Allure Matte lipstick in the shade Carnival, and I'm going to line my lips with the brown pencil because it's dark enough. It's like a chestnut brown and it works just fine. Do y'all like bullet lipsticks? Do y'all still use them? Do you like collecting them? I remember when I was a kid, my grandma had a whole collection of bullet lipsticks. It was so fun that I had to get my hands in it, and I was trying to hide it, but you couldn't really hide the lip stain marks on the pillow. I was like 7 years old. Look at this color. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I would love to leave it like this. NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fudge Me. And with the setting spray from NYX is the Face Glue Setting Spray. That's all that I had to show you. I hope I taught you guys, and if there's anything that I'm missing, let me know in the comments and I'll put it in the next video. And see you guys in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.